A natural hazard is a naturally occurring phenomenon that poses a threat to human life or property. A natural hazard becomes a natural disaster when it actually occurs, causing significant loss of life and property. The potential impact of a natural disaster depends on the size and location of the event. If the disasters occur in a heavily populated area, it immediately causes more damage to both life and property. Recently, the United Nations had said that in last 20 years, there has been a significant increase in natural disasters around the world, due to which there has been a significant increase in human and economic damage. Experts say heat wave and drought will be a major threat in next decade as temperatures continue to rise. Aleppo, 1138. According to historical documents, that earthquake in Syria completely shook Aleppo. The walls and rocks of the fort were grounded. Small towns around Aleppo were also completely destroyed. It is estimated that 230,000 people died in that earthquake. Tsunami 2004. The coastal areas of Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, including Andaman and Nicobar Island of India, were most affected in the tsunami triggered by an earthquake in the Indian Ocean. About 10,000 people died and 5,000 went missing. In this operation, the Indian Navy conducted a massive operation, Operation Madad. In addition to Operation Madad, 3 other missions were also carried out to foreign countries: Sri Lanka, Maldives, Indonesia. In the naval operation, 32 ships, 7 aircraft, 20 helicopters were operated for 15 days. Help was taken in the relief work of the army. About 1 lakh people were evacuated with the help of the operation carried out in 17 districts. Tangshan earthquake, 1976. On July 28, 1976, a catastrophic earthquake struck the city of Tangshan, China at 3:40 am. The population of this industrial city of China was about 1 million at that time. The magnitude of this earthquake was measured from 7.6 to 8.2 on the Richter scale. The earthquake in Tangshan killed 255,000 people. According to unofficial reports, the death toll was more than 6 lakh. Antioch earthquake, 526 AD. A deadly earthquake struck Syria and Antioch in the year 526 AD. The region was part of the Byzantine Empire at that time. This earthquake captured an incredible death toll in a short period of time. The earthquake in Antioch is said to be the only natural disaster that is more or less close to biblical era. This natural disaster happened in the first millennium from birth of Christ. In the period from 20 to 29 May 526, the Byzantine city survived an earthquake with a magnitude of 7.0. Due to high population density, which was rare in the region at that time, 250,000 people died. The fire caused by the Holocaust also contributed to the increase in the number of victims. Haiwan, 1920. The tremors of the 7.8 magnitude earthquake in China were felt thousands of kilometers away in Norway. The earthquake killed 2 lakh people in Hunan province. A large village was buried in a landslide in a neighboring province of Shiji. Close to the big cities like Longande and Huing, almost all the houses were demolished. The earthquake stopped some rivers and changed the course of some forever. Koringa cyclone, 1839. India was highly affected by the Koringa cyclone in port of Koringa city of Andhra Pradesh. About 3.2 lakh people died in this, and this huge cyclone destroyed more than 25,000 ships. It was one of the worst natural disasters in the history of India. The cyclone devastated the small town of Koringa in the Godavari district of Andhra Pradesh, who destroyed the whole city. It was indeed one of the biggest disasters that shook India. Hapong Hurricane 1881. In the year 1881, Hapong Hurricane in Vietnam pushed about 3 lakh people to death. It caused extensive damage to property and fishing industry, with $22.8 billion believed to have been lost by the storm. Haiti, 2010. Haiti was devastated by an earthquake on 12 January 2010. An earthquake measuring 7 on the Richter scale struck 2,22,570. 1 lakh houses were destroyed. 1.3 million people had to be displaced. Haiti is still in process of rebuilding. 1970 Bhola cyclone. The Great Bhola cyclone hit Bangladesh in 1970. However, during that time, Bangladesh was called East Pakistan. There was tremendous flood in East Pakistan due to the Great Bhola. Apart from this, during the time there were 35 feet high waves in the sea adjoining Bangladesh, which targeted large areas of Bangladesh. It is said due to this storm, 3 to 5 lakh people died in East Pakistan. It is considered the deadliest of all tropical storms ever known. An entire city was washed away in the flood. Shaanxi earthquake, 1556. The earthquake of 1556 in Shaanxi province of China is said to be the deadliest earthquake in human history. According to scientists, the earthquake of about 8 magnitude on Richter scale caused the ground to burst in many places. There were landslides at many places. The earthquake killed 8,30,000 people. Yellow River flood, 1887. The Yellow River in China is susceptible to flooding and overflow. In 1887, it caused flooding of around 50,000 square miles. The flood claimed the lives of 9 lakh to 2 lakh people. Farmers, knowing the characteristics of the river, built dams that protected them from annual floods. But that year, the water blew away both the farmers and their homes.